Forensic odontology or forensic dentistry. There are two sets of teeth. The first being the primary, or our baby teeth, also known as deciduous, and then we have our permanent or adult teeth. We have 20 primary baby teeth, and we have 28 to 32 permanent teeth, the last four being third molars or wisdom teeth, each of which may or may not grow in. The primary teeth includes 10 that are usually in the upper jaw, and then the other 10 are in the lower jaw. In our permanent teeth, 16 are found in the upper jaw, and the other 16 are in our lower jaw. Teeth in our upper jaw are called the maxillary teeth, and the upper jaw is known as the maxilla. And teeth in our lower jaw are called the mandibular teeth, and the lower jaw is known as the mandible. We have four classes of teeth. These include incisors, canines, premolars, and molars. In this diagram, you can see the four classes of teeth: the incisors, the canines, the premolars, and the molars. Incisors are the anterior teeth. There are four in the upper arch and four in the lower. Their function is for shearing or cutting food during chewing. There are no cusps in the teeth. The surface area of the teeth used to eat in eating is called the incisal ridge or the incisal edge. Both the maxillary and the mandibular canines are called the cornerstone of the mouth because they are all located 3 teeth away from the midline. They separate the premolars from the incisors. They have dual function as they complement both the premolars and the incisors during chewing. The most common action of the canine is the tearing of food. They have a single cusp on canine, and they resemble the prehensile tail found in carnivorous animals. Premolars are found distal to canines and mesial to molars. They're divided into first and second premolars. They're a transitional tooth during chewing or mastication. The functions of the premolars vary. However, there are no deciduous premolars. Instead, the teeth that precede the permanent premolars are the deciduous molars. Molars are the most posterior teeth in the mouth. Their function is to grind food. There are 12 molars. The third are known as wisdom teeth. The number of cusps and the overall appearance vary among the different molars and between people. There are great differences between the deciduous molars and those of the permanent molars, even though their functions are similar. Permanent maxillary molars are not considered to have any teeth that precede them. Despite being named molars, the deciduous molars are followed by permanent premolars. The third molars are commonly called wisdom teeth. For bite mark analysis, you need to photograph the bite mark. First, photograph the bite mark with an ABFO ruler. The ABFO stands for American Board of Forensic Odontology. And by taking a photograph with the ruler, you could keep a correct ratio of 1:1 during comparison. If the ABFO ruler is unavailable, then use an American quarter, which also guarantees a 1:1 ratio so that you don't have any distortion. And this is our bite mark, for example. And then if you note on the bottom, you can note the crooked anterior incisors. So on the bite mark itself, you cover the bite mark with cast material. And when the cast material is solid, then you add an adhesive to the impression material, and then you remove. And then you take the photos of the stone model of the bite using the ABFO ruler or a quarter. And then with the suspect teeth, you must take an impression of the suspect. Make 2 models, one that's never touched and the other to draw on. And then you record the findings on an antemortem chart. So some of the things you would note are fillings, broken jagged edges, bony bumps, also known as tori, and then also the bite relationship. So class 1, which is a normal class where the maxillary teeth are nearly in line with the mandibular teeth. The class 2 is where the lower jaws are opposite of Jay Leno, meaning that you have an extreme overbite, and class 3 is a bite relationship like Jay Leno, where you have an underbite, where the mandibular teeth come in front on the maxillary teeth. And then you must also take DNA, so you swab the bite mark with sterile cotton swabs, and you store it in a plastic bag on a paper bag because plastic affects the DNA, and you swab the suspect's mouth with the sterile cotton swab as well. So one method of comparison is called the transparency method, where first you color the biting surface of the model, and you cover the biting surface of the teeth on the model with a pencil or marker. So what you would color are the cusp tips and incisal edges. And then you would place a clear colorless transparency over top of the cast, and then you would draw where you saw the black lines as seen on the cast. So you do this for the bite mark and the suspect's molar. And then what you do is you place the bite mark transparency on top of the suspect's transparency and compare. So things you would look for are like arch width. You would note if all the teeth are present, note any broken or shorter teeth because they may not show up on the bite mark, the rotation of teeth, and you should remember that canines will mark the most. And then, well, you should measure the length of the incisal edges. And here we have the suspect's tooth, and then you can see a model of his teeth, and you can see that's the transparency of it. Typically now they use computer imaging, so they take photos of untouched casts and use drawing options to outline the incisal edges and cusp tips. And they use imaging program to superimpose the different bites. In addition, they also check for arch width, are all teeth present, broken or jagged teeth, rotation, and as well as they measure the incisal edges.